Now, if you were watching Sooner football on Saturday, you probably know the most memorable moment was not OU's victory against West Virginia. Instead, OU Nightly's Tatum Wilson tells us about the moment that followed the Sooners' fourth touchdown in the second quarter.
A celebratory moment that quickly turned scary, silencing a normally raucous crowd of 82,000. The Sooner Schooner took a fall Saturday afternoon, throwing a roughneck and Lil Sis to the ground after the ponies Boomer and Sooner took a turn they've made many times before.
I was anxious, but also at the same time, I was like, wow, has this never happened before? Like, what happened? Like, I was just like, what happened to made it tip over? Because obviously they've done it before, so what was different this time to make it fall?
OU Athletics released a statement soon after the incident saying they think the spill was due to weight distribution, but that everyone involved and the ponies seem to have no injuries.
I was nervous, scared for the people in it, and then just relieved when I saw everybody get up and okay.
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, better known as PETA, took to Twitter to comment on the Schooner spill, saying in part that exploiting animals for sports is unnecessary and dangerous, and OU should keep horses off the field.
I think PETA needs to stay out of it, and before they actually come in and make their own investigation and make their own conclusions, they need to stop making assumptions based on like a 30-second clip.
This is not the first time the Schooner has taken a fall, but the last time was in 1993. In the Saturday incident, some are pointing to the wet field from storms the night before and the particularly tight turn made by Boomer and Sooner. Tatum Wilson, OU Nightly.
With the top of the wagon being completely displaced from the rest of the schooner, it was not used for the remainder of the game.
There are many questions about how exactly this happened. OU Nightly is the only station to speak with someone that was inside of the schooner when it tipped over. Taylor Ermis joins us with a live interview. Taylor?
All right. Thank you, Zach. Thanks for joining us today, Baylor. So what can you kind of tell us about what happened over the weekend with the schooner?
So I was inside. If this is the schooner, it was going this way, flips this way. So the roughneck holding the flag was here. I was back here. I had the camera kind of on my lap looking through the viewfinder. It went pretty fast. It was actually really fun until that point, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It was bumpy, but whenever it flipped over, I kind of fell with the camera. And I didn't know what was actually happening until I had flipped with it. So,
right. And you said there's only two people
there's only
in there,
two people
because
in
some
it. Me
people
and the
are thinking
roughneck. Yeah, I
that
was
there's
kinda seeing that.
some
It was
more
kinda
people.
weird.
Yeah, so there's only two people in there.
Only two people.
And you said you're with your camera equipment.
Yes.
Is your camera equipment okay?
So the camera's fine, the lens is
Okay.
fine, the RF transmitter and the belt pack that I use to talk back to the director for big screen, those, they're not good, but those are replaceable. I mean, they're cheaper parts of the camera, camera itself, way more worried about that, and it turned out fine. So.
Yeah, so you're okay though,
Yeah,
right?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, just bumped.
Is everyone else okay that
yeah,
was
from what
involved in the incident?
from what I've heard and have read, yeah, everyone else is good. So.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
good, for sure. And what was kind of the initial reaction to when that happened in that moment? Because obviously that's a little bit shocking, and shocking for everyone else as well.
Yeah. I was definitely a bit rattled.
Yeah.
Definitely did not expect that. Obviously, like they were saying, that hasn't happened since like 93, I think. So,
Yeah, 1993.
1993, and so like, I was just like, oh wow, I hope that wasn't me, and luckily it wasn't or anything. So.
You said that you knew kind of the reason why.
So I don't know the reason why.
Okay.
Just from what I could glean off of what I've read, what I've been told, it was because of the wet grass, and just like a number of things. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you again for being here today again, and thank you. And back to you in studio.